Lord have mercy, you guys. This is going to be Life After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 43. Look, y'all. I'm not going to say this every week, but look, y'all. So we start this episode off with Michael, Megan, and Rock, child. Remember we left off last week with Michael confronting Rock about him and Megan. Now, according to Megan, all they did was kiss. According to Rock, they did more than kiss. And so, Michael had actually put his hands on Rock, and he didn't even hit this dude back. Like, Mike smushed the shit out of Rock. And Rock was just like, yeah, man, I'm just saying, I thought we had good chemistry. Yeah. That was a weird scene, because I was just like, okay, is this, are we acting here? Is this real? Because there's no way in the world that Michael gonna put his hands on that boy like that and he ain't gonna respond. Like, out of pure reflex, there should have been some sort of response. So he was like, well, going back up there, see how she feel about you, see if she feel the same way. Rock go back up there and he tried to call himself, I guess, confessing his love and how he feel. And Megan was like, I don't know what to say, because I thought we had already talked about this, and you know I ain't really feeling you like that, right? Like, it was so weird. I kind of felt bad for Rock. So Rock left, and, you know, of course they did their little interview outside, and Rock was just like, I really care about Megan. I hope she know what she getting herself into. Because basically what he's saying is Michael ain't shit, and he ain't gonna be shit. And he not. Because then he start talking to she's saying that she need commitment from him and she want to be with him. And he telling her, look, I don't know how I feel. You know, you messing with my homeboy. Like, some things are just unforgivable. And you going through my phone and you trying to be clingy and stuff. And I just don't know how I feel about that. And he was like, why? And she said, well, are you seeing other women? Why you worried about me seeing other women? I'm here with you now, right? Why you worried about who else I'm talking to? You the person I'm with right now. Let's just focus on that. I said, now that's a whole different attitude than when you came down there. Because 2-3 episodes ago, it was, she the woman I want to be with. I want her father to understand that I love her. I want to make this work. Now it's, why you worried about who I'm talking to? You worry about me while I'm with you now. And I'm just like, yeah, Megan, I'm going to need you to get some self-esteem. Because this situation is not the answer, boo. Not the answer. So then, later on in the episode, we see him on the phone with one of his other side chicks. She down in Miami, and she know he full of it, but she's enjoying the game. And he talking about how he gonna come down there and send me some pictures, and you miss me, you thinking about me. I said, Michael, you full of shit. You ain't shit. And then we also see, and his wifey is moving on. You know, she in her feelings about what he did to her. But we see her go out with her girlfriend. Her girlfriend got her out the house, honey. And her and the girlfriend met up with some dude. He bought them drinks and exchanged phone numbers. He even got a little kissy kiss. I said, go ahead, Sarah. Isn't her name Sarah? Go on, Sarah, and find you a man. You better get you one, honey. Okay. Honey, then we go on over to then we go on down to Mississippi to Angela and Tony. Tony done slept in the car. Angela done burned his stuff. She won't let him in the house, and she getting ready to go to work. And he was like, look, can I at least come in the house and brush my teeth, use the bathroom, take a shower, like? And because his thing is, look, at the end of the day, you gotta let me back in, because if not, I'm going back to jail, because this is the address that is connected to my parole. This is it. Like, I can't go nowhere else. Like, I don't understand why you playing. And, you know, of course, you know, she like, no, I'm not letting you back in. You hurt me, blah, 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 blah. Later on, we see her talking to her sister. Her sister is like, so you let him in this morning to use the bathroom. Then tomorrow you're going to let him in and let him sleep on the couch. Then next thing you know, he's going to be back in your bed, right? That's what's going on. That's how that's going to go down. And she was just like, I said, child, they're going to be right back where they started. Anyway. So, alright. Then we have, Chris, what's the chick's name? Chris, Cody? Not Cody. Hold on, let me get the names, because you know I don't be remembering these people's names. Lacey, Shane, and John. I have no idea where Chris or Cody came from. Lacey, Shane, and John. So John is in jail. John is gone. Shane then came back home after talking to his friends, telling him, look, you got to work it out. Y'all will make it work, blah, blah, blah. Lacey comes home and tells him, you don't have to worry about John anymore. John is in jail. John is gone. He's not coming back. And Chris asked him, like, oh, so, are you over it? Do you still love him? Whatever. She was like, no, I want to be with you. I love you. He was like, well, were you going to get him out of jail or something? He asked her, and she lied, because I was like, last week you broke down and cried. I think he asked her, are you sad or upset? No, I mean, he just keeps making these. He keeps doing it to himself. Child, bye. You was trying to figure out if he had bail. You was going to help him make bail last week. Whatever. Josh and Cheryl. This going to be quick. Josh, no. I was thinking about somebody else. This ain't going to be quick. Josh and Cheryl. Now, Cheryl done made her way up to Josh's house, honey, and the car done broke down, child. So Josh don't have no car. He had to get his mama, who don't even like her, to leave what she was doing to go pick her up, because the car broke down like 3 miles away from where they were. They were at the laundromat. Now, Cheryl has to stay with Josh and his mom so they can find an apartment. They talking about some 3 days tops. And the mother was like, and I'm going to hold you to that. You're going to be here for 3 days and then you got to go. Child. Because the mother is like, they're going to break up. They, right now it's all lovey-dovey, but they're going to break up. It's not going to work out. They're not going to be laid up in my house, eating my food, using up all my stuff. Like, that's not what's going to happen here. Okay. And the mama tried to lay down ground rules and try to tell him he got to be home by a certain time, honey. Cheryl was like, excuse me, he is a grown man. You cannot give him a curfew. And in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, on one hand, okay. But on the other hand, he still live under her roof. She can give him whatever she wants. If he don't like it, he can leave. Now, I really hope they find him a place in 3 days, because I really feel like mama mean that. I don't know what happened in the past between mama and Cheryl, but I feel like whatever it is, mama wasn't feeling it, mama don't like it, and mama don't like Cheryl. Clint, this the one I said was going to be real quick. This going to be real easy. Clint done went to his parents, told his parents that old girl is back in jail, and why she back in jail, and how I know I said I was going to be done, but I really want to try to help her out. And both of his parents are telling him how stupid he is, and like, at what point, how much has to happen for you to figure it out? How much has to happen for you to leave this woman alone? Like, she needs help. She needs help. Anyway, so that was that. Okay, so the best piece of this episode for me was the part where we see it's Marcelino and Brittany. Last week you saw that Brittany's mom was moving to town, and Brittany and her mom have a very checkered history. And Brittany wanted to take her mom on a little field trip. And at first, I didn't know how I felt about it. Because at first, I was just kind of like, you kind of already hit your mother last week. She, it's a lot. When people confront their parents, especially on national TV, regardless of if you're right or if you're wrong, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to accept. And knowing that the whole world is going to see it as well. So I feel like last week, she kind of threw a lot at her mom. So I really wasn't feeling this field trip. However, it turned out to be really good. And I think it was good for both of them. So, we first see her talking to her sister about, the mom and their past and, just how bad their past was or whatever, and the checker past or whatever. So then we see her take her mom she met her mom at a park. But, she feels like she has to give her truth. So they go to a park. And I thought they were going to the park to talk. But once they got there, Brittany told her mom, she said, I need you to understand what it was like for me. And she said, I ran away from home. And there's a part of me that, basically was waiting for y'all to come and get me. And that didn't happen. I was dating a guy that was like 10, 15 years older than me. And that's who I was living with. I dropped out of school. She said, and I got into committing crimes with these people because, one, I was looking for acceptance. Two, I didn't feel like I had any other options. Like, I wasn't living at home with you guys. We heard last week about how she said that she left home, came back, and they had moved, honey. She didn't even know where they were. And she said that she felt sort of trapped and that she was the youngest one. And they sort of, I ain't gonna say they made her, but they sort of coaxed her into committing these crimes. But then what was powerful about it was where they were sitting is where she used to live when she was homeless. And she said, I would hide over there in the bushes during the day, and then at night, this is where I would sleep. And she said I had a sleeping bag and everything like that. And her mother was like, "You did what? This is where you used to sleep?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, and I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad, but I need you to understand. Like, I need you to know my story. Like, I wasn't out here. She said, and then when I went to court, and the judge who I thought would sort of have my back, he sent me to jail. After I told him my story and I poured my heart out to him, he sent me to jail. Now, let me say this. Having worked in the criminal justice system, the juvenile detention system, having worked there, the judge may have sent her to jail because she didn't have anywhere to go. It was sort of like, if I let you go, where are you going to go? You're homeless. You're living with a man twice your age. Your family is dysfunctional. Where am I going to send you? And so, without knowing all of the details, having seen this before, what the judge may have done is, yes, the judge may have held her, sent her to a boot camp or something like that, where she potentially could have been exposed to getting her GED, getting into a program, finding another, that would give them time to find another family member, find somewhere for her to go. So I'm not going to just say that the judge dogged her or the judge did her wrong. But what I will say is that maybe the judge's intention fell short. I don't think the judge had bad, and I don't know the judge, but I'm saying the judge did not necessarily have bad intentions. She also said that, I don't blame you. I know that you came from a dysfunctional family and you were doing the best you could because you didn't know how to love and you didn't know how to be a good mom because you weren't raised by a good mom. And so I think it was a painful thing for all of them, but I definitely think it was a good experience. And I think that I like the way that she didn't throw it at her mom. She didn't make it like, look at what you did to me. Look at how you did me. Look at what you did. She didn't do that. And so for that, I feel like that was pretty good. So I like how that went down. And that's pretty much what we saw this week, child. Y'all done got me watching this mess. I'll see y'all next week. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.